A train wreck to spitting fire. The NFT and Eliza diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From new mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene. NFT insights and crypto dreams. Diving into
Yo. What's up, guys? Good morning. Dude, it's never a freaking dull moment here, huh? Man, we got payroll numbers this morning. We've got Kanye going absolutely fucking bonkers on the timeline. We've got Haktua finally breaking her silence on her meme coin. Man, it's crazy everywhere you look. Not crazy in our wallets yet, or at least not in the way we're hoping for. Oh, dude, hang on, man. Dude, I think I'm private on YouTube. Let me fix this real quick. Jesus. Hang on, guys. While I'm getting that set, guys, smash the like. Make sure you subscribe over here. Hang on, public. Boom. Dude, now juggling, I'll show you, but a new afternoon show. And so must have got some settings here a little off. I think we're good now. Hey, if you're over on YouTube, drop a comment if you see this or when you see it, just so I know kind of what's going on here. Let me see. I think we're good. Let me double check. Yeah, here we go. Okay, it's probably going to take like a minute or so for people to catch that the stream is live, but we should be good now. If you are over on X watching, just be aware we do this on YouTube. We do this also on Abstract Chain. Hey, good morning over on Abstract. I see you over there. I'm going to drop a link to the Abstract stream over on the YouTube side. So YouTube is always the spot where you know the community, the family has been watching and chatting. And it is actually starting to shift over to Abstract, which is awesome. And I'm seeing you guys over on Abstract. Hey, good morning. Thank you for that Pengu, dude. Hey, that's a cool way to start the morning. Appreciate you. Christian, good morning, sir. Here we go. Let's do it. Again, smash the like. Make sure you subscribe. SlamX Official here. Heads up. Like I mentioned, there is a new afternoon show. And the crazy thing is this was not planned, right? With the other afternoon show going away, it wasn't to go launch this show here. It was to put more time into the morning show and then do separately in AI spaces, like maybe once or twice a week spaces. But this just made sense. Talking with the team, it was a need. It made up. Man, look, I'll say very few AI shows out there. There's a couple spaces. I don't know any dedicated AI video streams. I don't think they're out there. I don't know. But we need to be at the forefront of that if we're building in that space. And if we think it's going where I think we know it's going, then let's be there at the forefront and help educate people along the way. So, brand new show. It's called The Swarm Report. That is going to be Monday through Friday. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can catch it all in the same places. Again, SlamX Official here. You can catch it on Abstract. You can catch it on X. But on X, it will be streaming over here. The Swarm_AI. Maybe I should do a little explainer here, and I'm not going to take long here. I don't want to take long here because you guys can catch up on the first episode from yesterday, and it's probably worth doing, by the way. Had a founder from CryptoSlam, Randy, on the show with me. He'll be on frequently, too, along with some other really cool people. You know, one person in particular that you guys are familiar with, he pops up here from time to time, but you guys know him, you love him. I don't think I want to spoil it. Well, no, I'll spoil it. Confusion. I think Confusion will be a regular contributor to the show as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Drop King, good morning. Money. Is it Money? Hang on, Money? Yeah, Money. Good morning, man. And again, I think I said Cats, but Cats, good morning, too. Catch up on that episode. These shows will probably be more like 30 minutes instead of an hour, but episode 1, there was plenty to talk about. And when there's a lot going on, of course, we'll get that show rolling, an hour, sometimes 2, whatever. The show is as long as it needs to be. For right now, aiming for 30 minutes. That said, a lot of you guys have been farming the bull. And by the way, you can keep farming him. You can keep farming the bull. The bull's suspended on X, and I don't think he's going to make it back. So farm him over on Telegram. I'll find his link, and I'll drop his link here in the chat in just a bit. But I want you guys to know, if you farmed the bull and you got some bull tokens, make no mistake, you still are getting tokens, and not just the bull tokens. The new AI agent called the Swarm, which will be the flagship AI agent of the Slam AI ecosystem, that's the one. That's the one, and you will get one-to-one tokens for that. So it will be an airdrop of tokens. If you have 1 million bull, you're going to get 1 million Swarm tokens, and more details about that coming. As Randy said yesterday, imminently. Hang on a second. Cutie, hang on a sec. I'm just looking at Cutie's reply to my tweet. Did I get the URL wrong? Hang on, let me just double check here. No, I don't think so. No, Cutie, I don't understand your reply. Maybe you're fucking with me. I don't know. Either way, hope you're here, Cutie. By the way, good morning to you. Anyway, follow the Swarm _AI. A lot of cool shit coming on that front. Also, go back and check out the Coffee with Captain show from yesterday morning. I was on there just for a brief minute, but Randy was on there also talking about what we're doing. It's definitely worth catching up on. Again, if you've been involved in the ecosystem, it's probably stuff you want to be knowing. Of course, we'll cover it all here as well. And lastly, follow us at CryptoSlam.io over on X. Let's get into it, guys. Yeah. This is not what I was expecting this morning, but I'm happy to see it. I like the guy. Like, love him or hate him, whatever. But I like the guy. Yeah, Kanye's back on X, and he's been here and there. He's been here a little bit. But man, the dude's back full fucking throttle. Yeah. I'm not going to make any comment about most of what he's saying, but this right here, yeah, that we got to talk about. It's Kanye talking about meme coins. That's what he's saying here. When people make all that money with a coin, is it cash or is it concept? I like that he's looking. I got a feeling about where he might go. And not that the dude needs money, but also he likes money. I think he likes money. I won't be shocked here, guys, to see Kanye actually launch a meme coin, because is it cash or concept? It is both, but it's just monetizing attention. There's nobody that gets attention like this guy here. So I don't know, guys. Kanye meme coin, to me, if I were a betting man, I think that's coming. I think that's coming at some point. What do you guys think? Are we going to get a Kanye meme coin? And by the way, look, he's going to have help if he does it. Of course, all the fucking vultures swarming on this guy. FaZe Banks. I mean, FaZe Banks is, especially today, he's everywhere. Especially today, he's everywhere when it comes to like these hot stories. Because we're going to get to Hawk 2, and he's right in that conversation too. By the way, Murray, good morning. Choina, good morning. Music GMs, Lemon GMs. Music saying it was interesting that his token's a year old. Some people some people had been holding for like a year here. You think that's not a real Ye token, right? I guess not. It's not really his token. And in fact, and we can check on that. I don't think that's really his token, but there's been tons of fake Ye tokens today. Tons of fake ones today. In like instant rugs. But anyway, FaZe Banks is replying, and he's right. I mean, like, a Kanye token would be exactly like the Trump token. Maybe because the market's different, because the Trump literally set everything back a year. Maybe it couldn't reach those kind of heights, but I kind of wonder if that's not the case. And I wonder if FaZe Banks could actually coach him through this launch in a way that doesn't end up like the Trump token. Maybe. But make no mistake, like Trump basically reset our past year of progress, the Kanye token would probably do the same thing here. Yeah, probably wouldn't be amazing unless you get in there early. But yeah, we got to watch it. At this point, it's still that big old wave that if you catch it early, if you're at the front of that wave, man, you're gonna cook. And so we got to keep an eye on that thing. We got to keep an eye on that thing. And if there is a token, we need to get in on it. Now, I'm scared to click on his profile. Right? Well, whatever. We'll peek. Yeah, seems fine. But dude, I'm watching. I'm watching like a freaking hawk. I'm seeing if he drops a token, a contract, or what. Like, don't underestimate how big a deal that'll be. So we'll keep our eyes there. Okay, now Hawk Tua, finally she's back and kind of in the spotlight and talking about her token, which is so ruggy. And you still got to ask how much she knows or knew and how much she didn't know and how much is her team being full on. Those are scammers. Is she a scammer? I don't think so. Is her team a whole bunch of rotten scammers? Yeah, for sure. Haley Welsh did a podcast yesterday with FaceBanks. This is probably more like a week ago. But they did a podcast together, and man, it's a clusterfuck. Let's listen to some of this in case you guys haven't heard, but let's check out some of that and see what exactly went wrong here yesterday. But spoiler here, they dumped more tokens. This was totally like another opportunity to pump and dump. It's just how much did she know about it? Check this out. That cry face. Do you guys have no sound? Hang on. Oh, shit. My bad, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. Hang on.
We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right.
Yeah, better now.
Cry.
No, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Everything's
Good to
gonna
see
be
you,
good.
Hoods.
We're gonna be good. And guys, listen, just as a temperature check, I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming. My team is vetting them the fuck out right now and has been for the last week. Thread Guy and Frank, they're going to be on this episode. It's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
don't cry, Haley. It's fine. It's all going to be.
I think she's legit, by the way. I really do. I don't think she's a scammer. I don't think she knows what she's doing. I don't think she knows what the fuck she's doing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's always weird me sitting here in silence. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, god damn it, guys.
Okay, life is going to be okay. Oh, Haley, no.
Oh, don't do that. Don't stare at me.
No.
She seems legit, right? Does anybody think she's a scammer?
You just
You're
yeah,
adorable.
Just
and
give
it's
us a
gonna be
minute.
okay. It's going to be okay.
Well, so basically, how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's gonna be a good place." And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires.
All right, so you guys get the point there. She seems genuine. I don't think she doesn't know crypto. Come on. She's got a bad team around her on the crypto side, and maybe even outside of that, maybe even broader, and maybe her core team. I don't know. She seems okay. But here's the deal. That podcast was not supposed to go live. It wasn't supposed to go live. Here, let's skip ahead to FaZe Banks' tweet. That podcast was not supposed to go out. It is out. It wasn't supposed to be. So here's FaZe Banks. In an attempt to hear Haley Welsh's side of crypto, or the crypto scam story, agreed to do her podcast. Heavy stipulations. Not allowing Marcus to be manipulated by leaking the episode's existence before resolution was found. Okay, nobody's supposed to know about the podcast. Her team finding a solution regarding the money she made. Maybe that she buys back in. Maybe she donates it to. I don't know what that is, but that was FaZe Banks' stipulations. That's the agreement they came to. And then her team leaked the podcast. It sounds like it was leaked even internally, or I should say, like in DMs and whatnot, that the podcast was even happening. And then check this out. They noticed a spike in volume on the coin on the 2nd, 5 days ago. And then they got DMs asking if they did the podcast. So her team definitely told people the podcast was happening, was definitely buying up tokens, or was spreading that info, letting other people, those people they told, buy tokens while they continue to dump on them. Okay, so then today This would be yesterday. The actual episode gets leaked. It wasn't supposed to. These guys actually canceled it. They said they had the right to say this isn't coming out. They said, nope, don't release it. No, we're not doing it. And they released it anyways. So highly fucked up. Her team is terrible. Terrible. Here's Thread Guy reacting to this too.
The podcast was not supposed to go live. They fucked it up every step of the way. They leaked the podcast before it went live, and then they fucking posted it when it was supposed to be canceled. They fucked it up twice, and the third fuck up was the launch itself. Her team is completely incompetent. They have absolutely no idea what is going on. They should not be trusted with anything under any circumstances. The coin is an absolute dumpster fire. It's even a bigger dumpster fire behind the scenes. And if you are buying this token, you are asking to lose everything. They did nothing. They didn't follow our suggestions. They didn't listen to us. We told them what to do. They completely ignored it. We told them to cancel the episode. They went ahead and posted it anyways. They leaked it. There's insider information. Every possible thing her team could have fucked up, they fucked up. Before the launch, during the launch, after the launch, they fucked up every single thing. They're a disaster. They were a dumpster fire. I'm embarrassed that my name is on this and that we did this. And it was
Crazy. Someone's going to jail over this. You know what I mean? Volatility, man, it's interesting. Hoods, by the way, good morning. Volatility, good morning. Moonship, good morning. Yeah, Mice, good morning. Yeah, someone in her team's going to jail. If they can get them, right? I don't know where they live. I don't know anything. At what point is she responsible too? It's too many times. At what point are you responsible for your team? Hey, Roth, thank you very much. And I think Dow, thank you, man. Appreciate you both. Thank you very much. At what point is she responsible too? At what point? Here, I'm going to drop a link here in the chat so you can go check out the podcast if you're interested at all. If you are, I'm not going to listen. I'm sure people will clip it up, right? But maybe getting a sense if she's legit or not. And I think she is. I still lean that way. I still think she is. Again, maybe she's still liable somehow. Now, even crazier is the clip that they leaked, like right from the team, has like an ad read during it too. It's like it's dirty every way imaginable. These guys are scummy scammers. It's
Haley,
fucking nuts.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Cool. Let's bring in the
Can I have my
nerds.
tissue? Go. All right, you guys. I only got one sponsor left because there's some real ones in those.
No!
It's pretty funny.
You're
I mean,
lying, bro. You are fucking lying.
It's pretty funny.
The sponsor on this is diabolical, bro.
Haley.
it's not good. Now I don't. Is this real or not? This part I don't know. I think this dude's like intern, right? You know, Twitter poster at Polymarket, Hugo. I don't know if this is real. Like everything on X is bullshit. It's all fake, right? Screenshots and leaks, and it's mostly all fake. But maybe this came from FaZe Banks, or yeah, it's how I read it at least. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's real. Keep it on the download. But we did a podcast with a Hawk 2, a girl. I don't know. That might actually be real. So maybe he was also telling people too. Like, I see some comments questioning what the LA vape cabal, that's, you know, Frank and Thread Guy and, you know, that crew in FaZe Banks, right? And I don't think those guys are totally innocent either. I don't buy it. I think most people I think most people on X, the influencer types, I think they're a shady bunch. I say that, and at the same time I say I like Thread Guy. I want to say I believe him. That's burned me before. It's definitely burned me before. I actually got a pretty big example of that in a quick minute here, but these guys might also be, you know, part of the shenanigans too, just a whole other side of it. We might be getting farmed on every side of this thing right here. Dirty shit. Doesn't mean you can't make money on it, but yikes. But yikes. All right, now this is the example of where I've been maybe a little burned before. I liked Polly. You guys know Polly OX, Jeremy Kane. Kane, had him on my show. That was cool. That was one of my favorite moments from streaming ever, is getting Polly on my stream. You can catch that over. I didn't do it on the Crypto Slam stream. I'm not having him on there. But I had him on my channel, on Inside NFTs. Polly just randomly one morning came on my stream, fucking out of nowhere, and it was cool as fuck. I liked Polly. I mean, part of me still does. A big part of me still. I like Polly. But I question that pond ecosystem. Dude, China, that thing's a disaster. I mean, like, I made money on it, but not much. And I never got any more claims. I never got anything else from it. And we never got the pond water thing. Whatever was the next phase, didn't get anything. I got nothing else. I got the initial thing, and I should have cashed out early because it was up like $2,000, and I just held and held. I made a few $100 off it. I made a few $100. I mean, I got a couple million or billion of that warped pond, but nothing since in months. But either way, regardless, here we get news that dropped yesterday that Polly's on the top 10 most wanted in Puerto Rico. Apparently, he beat the shit out of somebody, like beat the fuck out of it. If this was like, I don't know. I'm curious to get more info about it. I can't give him the benefit of the doubt anymore. Let me just start with that. He's probably not a great guy. He's not. A fight to me is different than another kind of battery or whatever, right? You know what I mean? I'd be curious to hear more, but
Así, tiene un nombre, él parece que no es
But this is
obviamente de aquí,
legit.
pero está siendo buscado, hay orden de arresto para él.
Eso es así, Miguel. Esta persona se considera.
probably doesn't help if you can't read these. It's probably tiny, but it's real. He is in the top 10 most wanted fugitives there, and I don't know, it's funny, it's fucking funny. What do we do with this? Nothing. I don't think it matters. I think the Polly fanboys are going to love it still. If I still get a kick out of it, like I get a kick out of Kanye, and I still like for some fucked up reason, I still like the guy. Whatever that, I don't know what that comes from, man. I don't. I just like chaos. You know what I mean? I just like chaos. And you better believe his little crew of fanboys. Yeah, right, Marty? Marty, what do you think of this, by the way, Marty? But, like, I just like the fucking chaos. So I like seeing Polly on X. I like seeing him make those new accounts, whatever. And, you know, Gordon likes this for other reasons. Anyway, I think just not a good guy. Big news, big story. It's developing here. Does it matter? No. He'll continue to make money and take people's money and, you know, here and there make people money too. But it's funny, man. It's funny, man. DeYank, are you watching on both sides, dude? You're watching on Abstract and YouTube. I dig it. I fucking dig it. All right, big news we were waiting for this morning related to the market. By the way, though, I got some thoughts on this market. I really do. This morning, we're waiting for those payroll numbers, or I was a little bit ago. They're in. It's kind of a mixed bag. There's nothing one way or another that I think moves this market. So payroll numbers is what we're looking for. Payroll's up. I think it still missed expectations here. Unemployment rate down slightly. I think a little better than expected. Earnings, I don't know what was forecast for that. Here we go. Actually, OSF breaks it down. Wage inflation, higher than expected. Payrolls, lower than expected. Inflation, lower than expected. Yeah, I think OSF is saying it perfectly here. It's a nothing burger. It's not going to matter. Or will it? I mean, I think like OSF said, just chop. We're actually up now since that news dropped. Actually up pretty decently since it dropped, up 1.5%. That's Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. Maybe we liked it. Maybe it wasn't as bad as some were expecting. We'll keep our eye on that. Weekend's normally pretty not eventful for crypto. So we'll see how it goes over the weekend. See ETH trying to claw its way back to 2,800. Get back over 3K would be so nice. Solana's over $200 now. See BNB at 588. What else? Where's Ripple? Hang on. Ripple 252. Again, this is not going to move the needle one way or another for right now. The things that move the needle, though, they're coming, man. They're coming. It's stories like this. We're waiting for these kind of stories here in the States, and these things will move the needle. These are the things that aren't priced in. You know, nobody knows. Look, we expect things like this are coming. We don't know if this is coming in a week, in a month. We don't know if this is a year off. This is why the market doesn't want to move yet. Because if you make your bet now and this kind of news here in the States doesn't come for a year, well, you're just stuck. You're stuck and you've opened yourself up for the typical manipulation that happens here. right? Choina, what was last weekend for crypto? Choina's saying last weekend was kind of eventful for crypto. What was last weekend? Remind me. But this is why the market is doing what it's doing. Barely noticed the biggest. Wasn't that on Monday? And to that point, Moonship. Yeah, it was Sunday evening into Monday, wasn't it? To that point, it is wild that we did have the biggest liquidation event in the history of crypto, right? Bigger than COVID and FTX and Luna combined, and the market is right back where it started. It didn't phase the market. That's actually incredibly bullish. But again, this is why the market just can't make up its mind what way it wants to go. It does not want to go lower. It can be manipulated to go lower, but it's not going to stay there because everybody knows what's coming, but nobody's ready to make that big bet. At least retail isn't. Like, you know what I mean? Normies aren't ready to FOMO in because I don't think they know. And by normies, I probably mean more normal crypto traders. They don't know. Like, nobody can feel when this is going to happen. We know what's coming, but we don't know when, and it's hard to make a bet when you just are missing such a crucial piece of info. So we wait and we watch. But make no mistake, it is coming. It is coming. Here's looking at the Bitcoin ETFs yesterday, 140 mil in outflows. And believe it or not, the Ethereum ETFs actually outdid the Bitcoin ETFs, 10.7 mil in inflows on the ETH ETFs. Total volume, assuming that Bitcoin blew ETH away. But again, inflows. Well, Ethereum's the winner of the day yesterday here. Really wild news still. Again, the writing's on the wall. It's very obvious what's coming here. It's very obvious. If Trump's making a big bet on this, he's doing that because he knows. He knows something. Trump Media is launching a Bitcoin Plus ETF. Man, come on. The president's launching an ETF. Pretty wild. What are these, by the way? Let's see. TruthFi is planning to offer the Made in America, the U.S. Energy Independence, and Bitcoin Plus ETFs. There's 3 ETFs. What are SMAs? I don't know what SMAs are. But again, really, really interesting to see what's going on. If you want to copy trade somebody, that's probably somebody to be copy trading. It's so obvious what's coming here, man. It's so obvious. Guys, I don't know if you guys saw, and I cannot for the life of me find a link. Wasn't there a Melania little bit of news yesterday too? Some like Melania domains that were registered, or right, there was something yesterday. DGen, good morning, man, and Don, good to see you guys. Ronan, good morning. Yeah, Ronan. Oh, and Cutie, good morning. It'll be really nice to see some green. We need it. And how sustainable is it right now with everything we just said? I just don't know. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw some Melania news. I can't find. I was looking through my bookmarks. I was looking through my notes. I can't find it, but I thought there was some Melania news that's kind of like this, kind of like that. We'll see. Hey, we're getting some more filings here for ETFs though, which is awesome. Right, we've got some more Ripple ETFs that were filed. Those are coming. But here, the SEC acknowledged Grayscale Solana filing, which they didn't do recently. So that is progressing and quickly enough that it's probably just a few months till we get the Solana ETFs live and trading. It is a big deal. And then Coinbase putting out some really, really interesting metrics here. I like this a lot. Brian Armstrong saying, if you think of Coinbase like a bank, we now hold, man, they're close to $500 billion in assets. Makes them, if you consider them a bank, the 21st largest bank in the United States. If you think of them like a brokerage, they'd be the 8th largest brokerage here in the States as well. If you look at them like a payment company, they don't know where they rank there, but there's a lot of money moving through that exchange, a lot of money. And man, I root for these guys so hard because they're the few that are actually standing up to the SEC. And doing it very publicly and putting out some information here. It's fucking crazy how much the government has lied. And dude, things are changing now. These shady motherfuckers, dude. Dude, these fucking liars. Dude, I like it. Becker had replied here, and maybe it's not on this tweet. Was it on this one? Point there. Becker had replied back. He's like, dude, I'd put like all my money on your platform if I knew you guys wouldn't lock people out. Coinbase has some stuff to fix still. And if they fix it, or maybe it's like when they fix it, man, different story. Floodgates really open, I think. They really, really have got, you know, a different kind of energy or power. Dawn, we could range for months. Yeah, it feels like that. And what I like about this like waiting period, this, you know, the ball held underwater thing, it's explosive the way we'll move when there's something tangible. When something actually happens, this market wants to cook, and it just doesn't know when to make that move. And so while we range at any moment, this could do that parabolic thing. Choina asking if anybody knows if Stakeland participants are getting pain. Not that we've heard so far, that I've seen at least. Not that I've seen. The only exposure, the way people can get exposure to it, I think is from that pre-sale. I'm hearing a lot of bullish stuff about pain too, by the way. Next week could be awesome. As low as things are, pain could be the thing that gets this stuff kind of hypey again. It could be. It could be. Coin is looking, it's looking interesting. At the very least, pain's looking pretty, I think it's looking pretty spicy. Let's peek at NFTs. There is some cool shit happening in NFTs, mostly on Barachain, and my God, did people cook over there. Oh, dude, it's wild. We all missed some big time wealth over there. We did. Man, I regret it. We all had the opportunity too. We'll peek at that. Here's looking at the NFT market though. 17.1 million sales. That's cross-chain sales yesterday. Sellers down, buyers down. Transactions up, sales prices up. Is that real, dude? Holy fuck. Is that real? Trade profits 15 mil in the negative? What? Dude, I don't know the last time where would that even come from? 14 mil in the negative. That feels weird. I'm going to peek. When we get to top sales, we need to look at that, because where did 14 mil, where did that come from, man? That's a huge chunk of money. There's a bunch of CryptoPunk sales. Could have been part of that. I'm telling you, dudes, I can't think of, that's a top 5 worst days ever, I think, in the NFT market. I don't remember seeing us that low, like maybe ever. I'm fucking shocked about that. This will take, I'm not going to go through all the way back now, because this will take us going through every day for the past few years. I don't think I've ever seen the market have a 24-hour period like that. That's wild. Let's dig into that here in a quick minute. That's a huge, huge day of losses here. Pudgy Penguins, though, are your top sellers. Let's say highest volume in the past 24 hours, followed by D-Market, Courtyard, CryptoPunks, Azuki, Gilded Guardian Heroes, Lil Pudgies, Bored Apes, Milady Maker, and we'll put Gilded Guardian Avatars there at the 10 spot. And your top sale is a beauty, man. Absolute beauty. Edge, hey, dude, good to see you over on Abstract. Really fucking cool. But CryptoPunk 8868 is your top sale here. 206 ETH, fucking free. One of the nicest looking punks in the collection. Dude, that guy let that go too cheap. I don't think he realized he had such a desirable punk. Hoodie, 3D glasses, the white guys, the white male punks do sell for more. They do. He let that go way too cheap. He could have probably got maybe another 100 ETH off that, maybe more. That's way too cheap. It is. Like, people really like that punk. Boo Bear, number 271 for 51 ETH, $141,000. I mean, some nice stuff. Guys, let's spot check real quick. I do want to see where those losses came from. Like, that's a big fucking day of losses. And we'll just spot check again. Yeah, weird. Okay, like here's an example. whether that's a wash or a transfer, like just moving an asset. But, you know, like things like this add up. $141,000 and then the next sale is for 2 cents. Something I'd want to dig into. But, right, if we have a bunch of shit like that, you know, that it just adds up. I don't think that's it, though. Hang on. So that's not a loss, or it's not a big loss. 108K last sale. That didn't sell before. 60,000. Man, that thing moves a lot. I don't know where that 14, 15 mil came from. I mean, like a $30,000 loss here. Like 25 here. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a huge fucking loss, though. Where would that come from? Yeah, I'm seeing if anything else here jumps out at me, but let's check some of the pudgies. It could be that there's a big old wash sale. Maybe we zapped it from the site and it's not zapped, or the maybe part of the site is cached. It does happen. And the profits, losses hasn't updated yet. I don't think I've ever seen a day like that. I do want to dig into that later, though, because that's a big deal. That's a big story, if it's real. Yeah, none of these individual sales add up. Let's check that Azuki as our last one, but that's absolutely crazy. Again, $25,000 or $20,000, whatever, 25-ish. It doesn't add up. It's a ton of losses. So definitely need to dig into that. Choina, I feel you right there. Choina's asking if others are feeling that Bitcoin price is being purposefully held down. Yeah, it does feel like that. It really does. It doesn't feel organic in any way. Like, it just doesn't. And to that point here, let me just mention this here now. Again, just like, for me, really fucking obvious. Hang on. Just a tweet this morning, just like sharing a very general thought, and I think a lot of people here share it. And it's like I was saying before, right? We know where this is going. We don't know when. It's keeping people from making a heavy bet right now. But people also, on top of not knowing when it's going to happen, people are having a hard time visualizing how big it's going to be. We have never been a part of something so world-shifting. We haven't. Where we know our whole, maybe our economic infrastructure is moving on chain, all these RWAs, Elon Musk talking about putting our treasury on chain, right? Like, what does that mean? How do you value that? What does that look like? And then what does it look like when AI is replacing our jobs and we need to have UBI? What does that look like? And we can't do anything with that information. It's just words, right? It's just words. Hey, thank you over there on Abstract. Appreciate that. It's just words. It doesn't mean anything because we can't assign any kind of value or number to that. We can look at the value of the economy and say, okay, well, that goes on chain, a percentage of it, probably a big percentage. But what does that mean? What does it do for our bags? What's its worth? It doesn't work. It's like, you know, that head fuck you get into when you try to think of infinity and you can't do anything with it. It's closer to that. It's closer to that than, you know, having anything like tangible here that we can, you know, use and try to make educated bets here. We can't do it. But I know a lot of people know that that's coming. That scenario is coming. Economy doesn't resemble in 5 years what it does today. It doesn't. And what do you do with that? There's nothing. Jointed saying, same with Solana dropping below 200 and bumping. Yeah, it's a very manipulated market. There's guys that are trading this for their profession, like, right, for their careers. They trade this market, and these are the market makers. They do move markets. Yeah. Marty's been talking about this for a minute, man. I think he's spot fucking on. But to all that, I say we can't time it. We can't predict how high it's going to go. It can only say it's going way higher. And so I say, if you got it, you buy the quality stuff. It's all going higher. It's all going higher. It's a matter of how much and when to yank. Thank you, sir. It's all going higher. It's a matter of what and when. But, man, and so even like Sterling's reply here. I love this guy, by the way. Awesome. He just put out a book on Inscriptpedia. It's a free mint over on Bitcoin. Highly encourage people to check that out. Awesome fucking guy. You're so optimistic. I see mass extinction a couple points. He's bearish on Bitcoin assets, the current Bitcoin assets. I'm with him to a degree. I'm bearish on the Bitcoin ecosystem in general, which might sound funny with as bullish as I talk about it. I'm very bullish on those collections I talk about. Very bullish. Because I think provenance does matter. Very early on in an ecosystem like Bitcoin, oh man, like I couldn't be more bullish. When I talk about like NFT rocks on a new blockchain, that's different. It's not special. And still, I know they're going to pump. If we're talking about early assets on Tezos, doesn't matter. If we're talking about early assets on Abstract Chain, probably doesn't matter, right? But early assets on Bitcoin, I think, matters a fuck ton. A fuck ton. Like unbelievable, like an unbelievable amount. Those 4 or 5 collections I always talk about. And then also like the art collections and the quality collections that I think will cook when this market picks up, like Based Angels, like Honeybat. Like that stuff is going to matter. But Sterling's saying that like he's not bullish because his friends wouldn't be interested in this stuff. Look, I agree there. But he's being super logical, right? Struggle to find a selling point for people. What are my friends going to do with an OMB, a Pudgy? Why would they spend $10,000 on a digital asset when they have 2 kids at home? He's being super logical. What he's saying makes perfect sense, and you got to stop thinking about that. Stop being logical with this stuff and start thinking in that Trump token drop kind of mindset, the mass euphoria. The greed takes over, like, oh my God, it's actually going to go up the way we were hoping it. Like, right? That mindset, that's what you need to put your headspace into. You don't try to be logical about it because it's not that. Project out a few years when everybody has more money than they've ever had because this economy is changing. The corruption hopefully getting weeded out here in the States. The UBI thing we're talking about, it is all changing. A scenario where everybody has more cash, let's say dollars-wise, and at periods value-wise than they've ever had before, on top of being exposed to these crypto markets, which are so speculative and volatile, and then all of a sudden people have more money to spend on things in a place they never could before and actually grow in their bags. It's this crazy, crazy scenario that we've seen it happen before. We're going to see it happen again. That's when these prices materialize. It's not now. It's not right this moment. And again, it's not if you think logically, like, why is this worth this much? You're right. None of this should be worth what it's worth now. But in a speculative market, in a big old bubble, that's when they're going to be worth that much. And on top of that, I still argue those top collections on Bitcoin are so rare, and they are important because of that, because they are early Bitcoin assets. Those will find that value. And I also think if we're talking about NFT collections need to actually have a purpose, a utility, and drive value back to holders, yeah, I agree there. I hope they can find a way to do that. I don't know if they will. But I actually think, my big, like, this dark horse thing that I think might happen. Lemon, you're right. And it's 100 years in the future, and I'll still say it's not priced in. Probably. Probably will. But I still think Pudgy Penguins, I think, are going to do, like, the most unexpected thing. And I'm expecting it, actually, which is, I think they're going to do like Wrecked Brands, and I think they're going to do like the Plague. I think Luca's going to turn over the brand to Pudgy Penguin holders. And I think something like that ignites this space again. Like, holy shit, the thing that we hoped for and that we thought was possible, and everybody owning a brand, and oh my God, it's like some of the biggest IP in the world. I think Luca's going to do that. So far, he's done every single thing, for the most part, that we were hoping an NFT project would do. And it just takes time. He's done it all. He's done the token. He's now launching the blockchain. He's got the licensing for the NFTs. And I think at some point he's going to do like the Holy Grail. He builds a company that, let's just use Pokemon as an example. It's nowhere near as big as Pokemon, but you can compare it to that more than you can compare it to like a nothing burger kind of thing, right? And what if all of a sudden he announces Pudgy Penguins own the brand? I won't be shocked if that happens this cycle. And if it does, my God, what that does for this space all of a sudden, what that does for this space, dude. I think he's going to do it. And I think it changes NFTs like instantly. But aside from all that, to Sterling's point, don't be logical with this stuff. There's no logic when the Trump coin drops. There's no logic with that shit. And regardless, this ecosystem, NFT specifically, is going to grow. Everybody's projecting it. Everybody's saying it. Van Eck and Yatsu also saying it. Now, they've said this year is going to outpace NFT sales in 2022. And at this point, I don't know. It's a coin flip. It's going to take something pretty drastic to happen for that to happen, like Pudgy Penguins giving that brand ownership to holders. But regardless, it is going to change. It is those RWAs. It is more things coming on change, and the NFT market is going to grow tremendously. In the next 4 or 5 years, dude, it's going to get pretty wild here. All right, let's get back to, because I want to make sure we hit all of our points today, but some really, well, this is that CryptoPunk sale, by the way, that hoodie via 3D glasses. First time that guy was ever sold, and again, it's a really, really nice punk. You just had people, yeah, there you go. There's Justin saying left a ton of ETH on the table. 20% too cheap. So yeah, they thinking he would get another like 40, 50 ETH out of that. It's a lot of money too. He left 6 figures on the table with that punk. It's a nice punk, man. It's a nice-ass punk. We also had a big lot of 32 CryptoPunks that were auctioned. This is just 2 days ago. Sold for around $4 million. There's a couple nice punks in that lot. A couple nice ones there. I think this guy, did he pick up some from that lot? Let me peek here. Let's see. I thought so. That guy right there. Yes, I think. Yep. There's one. Yeah, I guess we don't have all the images here, but yeah, he grabbed some from that lot of punks. It's good-looking punks. Anyway, punks are on the move. I'm still waiting for like a real run on our secondary here. And it's a matter of time here. You guys remember the story of this zombie punk? Stolen, 2-3 weeks ago? Bummer of a story, and it did sound like an inside job, as in like one of this guy's buddies, maybe his friend where he had his ledger and seed phrase stored at, maybe got into the safe, maybe stole it, and was trying to sell it. Man, it's a fucking bummer. But hey, he got his punk back. So the thief called someone who knows the dude, and he gave him a seed phrase. He just gave it back. I think there was too much pressure on the guy. Maybe it's like he's saying, and he got the word out to the punks community, and there's no buyers for it, which I don't know if I buy that exactly, but I think it's more like here, where he felt the pressure of maybe the community a bit, but the police, and if it gets traced back to his buddy, then yikes. Then yikes. Hang on, let's check Marty's tweet. Marty's saying to check his tweet. Marty's got some bangers, man. This right here? Oh, this here? Yeah, dude, yeah. Hey, I'm that guy sometimes. Tentakai, what do I think about mutants? I think they're fine. I don't think much about them. I think Yuga's going to drop some cool news this cycle, but Bored Apes aren't cool anymore, and maybe that's the time to bet on them, right? You bet on them when people don't think they're cool, and then it's shocking and splashy when something cool happens. Mutants are probably a decent bet. We'll peek at their floor prices in a minute here. I don't like them. I don't hate them. I don't want to say I don't like them. I don't love them, and I definitely don't hate them. And they might be a good opportunity. We'll peek at floor prices here. Just to get through more, we'll move quickly, but Pengu. Is this perps? Yeah, Pengu, perps, and Popcat perps listed on Coinbase. That's international and then advanced. That Pengu news we were expecting, I think this is just part of it, by the way, but they are partnering with Kato. So you'll earn yaps tweeting about Pengu and Pudgy Penguins. Yeah, Marty, everybody does it. Look, it's just, there's a game out there. It's just engagement farming. You want clicks and you want people engaging, and big punk sales is something people click on. It's just a game. Just a game. Coinbase also adding Barachain, the Bara token, which is an interesting sign. Look, man, people are actually putting in work over there, and I like what I'm seeing so far. Jointed, I've seen your punk. It's cool. But people are working on Barachain. So far, so good, I'll say, too. I mean, on the NFT side, people are really digging it. And there's some cool shit, and it's super degen, and there's some mints that are cooking for sure. But, dude, this is what we missed. We fucked up so bad, dude. We missed such a big play. It's Bong Bears. Dude, Bong Bears, they minted. I'm going to check the mint date, but they minted for 0.069 ETH. You got a Bond Bear, you got 2 Boo Bears, 4 Baby Bears, 8 Band Bears, 16 Bit Bears. Dude, that's all worth $2 million. Like, none of those numbers are fake. That opportunity wasn't fake. We all had that opportunity for 0.069 ETH. Granted, I do think it was the bear market basically when they minted, and so I don't know anybody who was going to roll the dice on, you know what I mean? Like that 0.08 or 0.07. But dude, I mean, I know in hindsight, we all wish we did. Dude, it's fucking nuts. And we all had that chance. Volatility, it isn't the easiest to get yaps, but you just got to tweet. It's like you got to dedicate yourselves to tweets. I think I've got like 40 yaps. Easy-ish, but also you kind of got to get like, you have to grind. Like, I'll say it that way. You have to grind. And when I said easy-ish, I had one tweet that got great engagement and it gave me a bunch of yaps. So most of it came from that, but Choina played around in BearNet testnet for over a year, attended Barapalooza. You didn't get any Bara? Interesting. Volatility, you do, but also if you tap into a topic that's hot, like if you were tweeting about Anime Chain and all that stuff, you definitely are going to get some yaps. Like you definitely are. Definitely. I cracked, dude, for one day I cracked the top 500. For one day. And that at least gave me a little taste of like, oh, okay, well, that's how you do it. Like, you just got to have something that like, catches, right? You got to have a tweet that, like, does well. And one day I had a tweet that did well, and it got me, I don't know, 20, 30. And to have a tweet that does that kind of performance, I don't think you need followers for that. It's just got to be a good tweet on the right topic. That's the most important thing. You need to zero in on the topics that matter, and you got to write something that's really solid. If you do those things, you'll get engagement, even if you don't have a ton of followers. So you got to do that. And then I think it works. So I've been tempted to really grind. Like I say here, I hate tweeting. I know it's important. I know I got to do it, and everybody should. Everybody should. It's probably worth it. Well, it's not even probably. These guys are eating on airdrops. These guys got Bara drops, some of them $5,000-$10,000 worth. These guys are eating not just from the Yaps drops, but all these like things surrounding it. But dude, yeah, back to this. Crazy. We missed it. There is a free mint on Barachain right now. It's got almost 500,000 minted so far. It might be worth grabbing. You never know if they do any kind of airdrops on these things, right? It's probably worth minting it because it's free. It's open for another, let's say, like 24-ish hours. Probably want to check that out. There's no reason to not mint one and just get yourself over in that ecosystem. Get ready for it. Steady Teddies is looking like it's going to win next week. If the NFTs are doing this here in day one, Steady Teddies, I think, are going to cook. You can get them OTC right now, I think, for like $1,000, and there's a lot of people predicting those are going to like 2 ETH. Let's say 1 ETH even. If you go 1 ETH, you're up 1.5. That's a stupid way to put it, but you get it. But also a lot of predictions that we see these at 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 ETH. Depends on what this market does, but Steady Teddies are definitely going to cook, and we already got these cooks over on Barachain. Look at that. I mean, it's looking really, really decent. It is doing better than Abstract so far. But yeah, there it is. Whale laying this out. More volume than Solana NFTs and Abstract NFTs. So far, so good. You know, the hype matters. You got to have the community, which Abstract has kind of got. Barachain's got the degens. You need those fucking degens. You really, really do. Hey, Gura, dude, thank you for the Pengu, and also I'm with you, dude. I really like Pengu, and I really like Luca, and I really like Pudgy Penguins, like a lot. Like I'm a big fucking fan. And I think it's all going to cook. I think Abstract, you know, you guys know, but I think Abstract's going to be I think it's going to be the number one chain for NFTs, at least for a period of time. I'm pretty fucking sure that's going to happen. So I'm just waiting for Abstract to cook, and I think it's gonna. Still in NFTs, kinda, but heads up, you know, I think AI art's gonna have a period of time where it really cooks. So I got a couple bets on some AI art. I've got a Rafiq Anadol. Rafiq was just announced as a recipient of the 2025 Time 100 AI Impact Award winner. What the fuck am I saying? But you get it. Top 100 AI people, which is neat. I'm sure Marty's got some thoughts on Rafiq. I'm sure. But also staying on art. Guys, this is something you should maybe be checking. Beeple's got a new update to his Human One piece, right? This is an awesome piece of work, right? It actually does update. And so it has a new update. somewhere in this artwork is a seed phrase. If you find the seed phrase, there's 2 NFTs in the wallet. Dude, you get a Beeple NFT for free if you find that seed phrase. It's probably worth checking out, man. I don't think anybody's done it yet or found it, or maybe they've done it and it just hasn't been updated yet, but here, let me kill that. But awesome fucking piece. But again, there's 12 words scattered in here, and whoever finds them is getting a Beeple NFT. And I think it might be a new NFT too. It's an addition of 2. Man, I would love to spend the time and try to track that down. I never know with these, by the way, if you got to figure out the order of the seed phrase, and like, I don't know how hard it is, but somewhere in this thing is a seed phrase. And for the most part, I think people are ignoring this, just assuming they can't find it. But like, I still never know how to quite do it. Look, there's so many words in here. Like, how do you pick out the 12 words that are part of the seed phrase? I've never figured that kind of thing out. But also, I think maybe there's some trial and error, right? Yeah, can we find even one of them? Like, where, like, how hidden are they? Like, yeah. You guys ever look for stuff like that? You ever try to do these? Yeah, I mean, there's so many words in the thing. How do you find the 12? Dude, I want to find just like one. Just so we know what we're looking for, you know? All right, now I want to spend the next hour looking. Anyway, it's a free, well, it's a payday if you find them. I mean, it's not often you get a Beeple, especially an edition of 2. It might be worth putting some time in. I'll just say that. Might be worth it. AI 16Z pumping, huh? Volatility, so far I like Mega ETH because it's very cabal, you know? So for that reason, I think I like Mega ETH. AI 16Z pumping, huh? I don't know why, especially with Shaw tweeting out that tokenomics in general like don't work, and he's got some updates coming. It's not like an update to, you know, his platform, but also like I'm worried that Shaw's going to drop another token, you know, maybe. Well, let's peek at that because I do want to go over some AI updates. Story Protocol announced its IP token. Very interesting. It's some peer-to-peer IP network powered by AI. You can stake the token. It's their gas token. It's a governance token. Do they have a chain coming? It's also burned with each transaction and deflationary, or can be at least. Here's the breakdown of who's getting the tokens. There is something spicy here with that IP ecosystem. These are the guys, I think they've got Luna as like a mascot for them. At least they did for a period of time. But now Cerebro is a part of their ecosystem too. It's definitely something to be watching. I think Story's got something very interesting going on here. We'll probably cover this next week. Oh, by the way, I told you guys that we've got this new AI show, not doing the show today. So just a quick heads up, not doing the Swarm Report this afternoon, but it'll be 5 days a week starting next week. But yeah, this perfect example of what we'll be covering over there, market and our top stories like that. It's interesting. AI Accelerate has got some news. They've got an announcement. They're partnering with Virtuals. And they're partnering right now by offering some grants. People building on Virtuals, it sounds like. Those teams give a percentage of their tokens back to the AICC DAO, which is nice. It was a matter of time till we see them really start to cook here. Farouk ain't wrong here.
The meme's gone. Nobody's talking about AI anymore. AI is not going away, but if you're talking about utility, like none of these things actually do anything.
They
I know
do.
you guys,
It's like
for
the-
what?
Like,
You guys
AI
still don't use Griffin or Arc. As long as you two are not using these products, I'm gonna keep saying that the utility is nowhere. The meme's gone.
He's right. And to me, that's the next phase of AI. Because they're just meme coins right now. For the most part, they're meme coins. It's tokens that represent AI agents that are just fucking chatbots. You know what I mean? Like they don't do anything yet. And so this next phase is probably some of these AI agents that actually are useful. You know, like picture like the AI XBT terminal, but if it's more affordable to access and it actually gives you great alpha, which it's not right now. I mean, truthfully, it's just not based on all these recent things we're seeing. It's wrong often because he's not really working off of data. He's getting his information from tweets. And the things he's tweeting about, some of it is real market data, but a lot of what he's tweeting is just taking other tweets and composing them as his tweets and then putting them out there. And so if the tweet he ingested is wrong, then his tweet's going to be wrong. His output's going to be incorrect. And we're seeing a lot of that. This next phase, though, it is going to be utility agents that you do get access through the tokens. And man, it's why I am so fucking excited to be part of this building of this ecosystem. We're building the infrastructure. We're building the brains of these next generation AIs, right? It's back to this guy. It's the swarm. This is the thing that will have that comprehensive Web3 data, like the NFT data, yeah, but also the fungible token data. And it's beyond that too. It's just contracts being created. How many interactions with the contracts? Where's the momentum going between what ecosystems? That's the important stuff. And these agents, if they know it, man, you've got a competitive advantage if you're trading against others. I'm crazy excited, crazy bullish about what's getting built here. Because this next phase of agents very much will play into our strengths. So pretty fucking excited for that. Now this. Yeah, agents down. I mean, actually, let's look at cookies.fun before we get to that tweet there. Actually, dude, look at that. Up 10% in the past 24 hours. So back over a $7 billion market cap. I'm assuming because you guys mentioned AI16Z. Probably see that up a good amount. 417. Dude, this got to what? 300 mil? Did this get down in the even 200? I think in the 300 mil range. So it was down pretty fucking bad. Nice to see it up a little now. But, dude, still unavoidable what's coming. And this is crazy, guys. So X, and it might be Elon Musk, maybe, but I think just some of the X team looking at agents, actually meeting with these guys here in the crypto AI space. They met with maybe with Saigar. I don't know. He's saying they just met with some of the big AI agent teams already. They did meet with Virtuals. I think the Virtuals guys actually went to the X headquarters, man. Yeah, that's exactly it. The Virtuals team went to the X headquarters. Like, there's something big coming. Part of that, I bet, is to safeguard AI agents like the Bull got banned, right, or suspended. I think that's a big thing these agents got to be careful about is these agents getting suspended. Like, what do you do if your whole game plan is your agent tweeting on X and getting you engagement? Well, what if they're banned? What's your plan B? And you better have a plan B because I have a feeling that'll happen big time. Maybe why these guys were meeting. Steve, that's right, dude. I think you're exactly right. That sounds very familiar, that X also met with Shaw. I know Shaw tweeted Elon Musk about him helping in the Department of Government Efficiency too. So like, there's an interesting little connection there. I hope it happens. But dude, make no mistake, this is all coming on chain. It's coming to X. X is interested. It's going to happen. Dude, there will be an X account for Grok, and he will be an agent. I bet you he's going to have a token too. It's very obvious where this is going. I also played on the show yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg. This is from a few months ago, but talking about agents. He said there's going to be billions of agents. Every company's going to have one to do its customer service and its marketing and its outreach. And AI agents are probably going to outnumber humans. Again, every business will have an AI agent. You will. They will. And every person will have an AI agent. And I also agree. I think they will. In fact, you'll probably have many agents. You'll probably have agents that specialize in different things and probably your own little swarm, which might sound like it's a step too far. Like, why would somebody need that? But if I have an agent for doing my bills, by the way, I used to think you'd have one agent that does it all, and that might be one day, but I've realized how hard it is to train your agent on a big data set. It's easier to train him if you train him on a specialty, right? This agent is focused on this. And so maybe for us, this agent is focused on this blockchain, or even smaller, this agent is focused on this specific project or this specific token, because man, you throw too much at these things, they really have a hard time keeping it all straight and keeping the information contextual, like with what you prompt it with or ask it. But if you train it on one smaller thing and let it be an expert in that, Then you build another agent that then is an expert on the next project or token or blockchain, whatever you want to do, however small, dialed in you want it to be. But then you have all those agents feeding each other that information, or a top level agent that you're asking your questions to. And when it's looking for its answer, it's not going back to its own training. It's going to the other agents that are now experts in those individual things. That's where this is going. That's where swarms come into play. And that's where I start saying we might have our own swarms. I might have my agent that I use for paying my bills. And I might have my agent that I use for scheduling my day. And I might have my agent that I use for my newsletter. And I might have a different agent that does whatever. But ultimately, I maybe have an agent that represents all of them. And so when I have something I need done, I tell them this one top level agent and it connects to all these other agents. It's very interesting where the shit's going, man. I think we'll all have a bunch of agents, and I think we'll have a bunch of cryptos, right? It's so easy. If you can launch these things with a click, which you can, why wouldn't you? Doesn't mean you're going to use them all the time. You might. But at the very least, that feels like it's the what's coming infrastructure-wise, right? Whole bunch of agents. There's going to be billions and billions and billions of them, and yes, they will, many of them, be trading. And man, is it going to get fun. Really, it's going to get pretty freaking fun out there. Myself, promise a utility every cycle. I've been hearing about interoperability for over a decade. Where's all the atomic swaps? The only utility I see is trading memes and shitcoins. You're exactly right, man. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Hey, Bitcoin's back over 100K, by the way. I think that happened just a bit ago. But yeah, dude, you're exactly right. Like, well, not anymore. Utility has been a meme. And you know what I think, though, dude? I think it's a meme until it's not. I think it's another one of those things that we want it to happen. It makes sense that it'll happen, and yet it's too early, and we don't have enough builders here. But I think that changes. I think that changes at some point when you get enough quality people here who can build, and ultimately when it's easy enough for those guys to build. Right now, you got the guys who are willing to put in that work and push through, some of these tech challenges right now, and they're building, and there's not enough of those guys. There's just so few. So the thing we want to happen, kind of we're sitting back just waiting for it to happen instead of everybody. Like, dude, picture how much energy is wasted on trading shitters, on launching platforms to trade shit. That's a lot of energy. Most of our energy spent on that. Instead of, man, if we all rallied behind one chain and like a purpose of actually building out that interoperable like ecosystem, we'd be so much further along. It's just we don't have those kind of people here yet. But I think they come, and they come fast enough. Damn, dude, this fucking tweet just got me. Hang on. You got me for a second there. Dude, I love AI, dude. Cool. That's it. Dude, AI is wild. I can barely keep a straight thought when I see that shit. But Lemon, dude, yes, people just want to build their portfolios. No, dude, there's not a lot of hard workers in this space. There's just not. There's just not, man. It's people are here to make a quick buck. Because everybody thinks you hit that home run and you retire and you never work again. And that's what's driving everybody. Instead of realizing if we build out this ecosystem, man, we could really do something special here. It will happen. It is just pretty fucking far off. Yeah. Bang. Yep. Hyperdrive AI is moving so fast. I did sit yesterday a little bit. I'm like, what if, oh, hang on. Shit. We missed a cool NFT mint. What if the AI building actually is a little slower than we're hoping? What if? Check this. There was an NFT mint here called NFT Paris. And I think it's actually doing decent. We'll peek on Magic Eden, but whitelist was a 10-minute window. Public's only open for 30 minutes and then a burn. And I think they're already gone. What chain is that? It's on ETH or Base? Let's check. Any of you guys mint that? Let's check. Let's check the launch pad. I'm assuming that's Base. Could be wrong. Does anybody know where that was? Let's go maybe past hour. Yeah, maybe it's not either of those. Where's that Paris one? Vru, where was that call? Where was that? I didn't see. Vru is very good, by the way. If people don't follow Vru, really, really good. Like, really good. He's very dialed in. George, I got to, and it's a bummer because it has not gone how I expected exactly. Like, I didn't end that show to do this AI show. I love the AI show, but that was not the goal there. The goal was to still get Henry and Joe on whenever they want, but also it was to put more time into the morning show and edit it up and chop it up and promote it and tweet more. But the afternoon show it had to. It wasn't, look, it's a ton of fun. It wasn't going to go anywhere. Only because, like, and I love it, but if we can't work on the show, like, these things have a ceiling unless you can push it. Like, tweet about it. That's the biggest thing. Tweet about it. Like, promote the shit out of the show. Chop the show up. Put out shorts. Put out clips. And that was never going to happen with the afternoon show. There was just nobody has time to work on it like that. And we knew that. We've talked. Like, nobody had time to put it in the afternoon show. And I was already putting, 3-4 hours a day into it. And I'm like, it's going to take more than that to get it to, like, another level. And so I'm like, it's fucking fun. I love doing it. But if we can't put in the work to bring it next level, well, what's going to happen? In a year, we're basically at the same place. And at some point, we have to make a decision with that show. Do we just keep doing it because it's fun and keep putting in, a good 2-3 hours minimum, right? Like, do we just keep doing it because it's fun and put that much time every day to it? Or do we just say it was so fucking fun, we can't put the time in to get it to that next level? And so that's why, at least for me, I had to make that decision because the morning show I can put more time into. And so that's why I'm with you, Whirly Girl. I love it. And I still hope we do it. And it's just going to be like when we can do it. But I'm with you. I like it. It was special. Like it was like electric. But it's like, again, I know that choice was coming. If it's a year out or 2 years, it's because I've been on other shows and I see how that works. If you can't keep pushing, like we got to that level by doing, in a way, bare minimum. We put in that work and that's where it got, which is awesome. But now it takes more work to get it to that next level. And that there was nowhere to get that from. There's nowhere to get that extra time to take it to that next level. All the potential in the world. I've always said that afternoon show could be a top 5 show across all of this space, period. It's that good. It was that fun. And if we put in that work, would have been that. People would have seen it, but there's no way to do it. And I didn't want to just do another year to come to that decision. I mean, that's where it was heading. So I'm not happy about it. I could say that for sure. NFT Paris. Let me just see if we can find this. Maybe it's not trading yet. I don't know, but missed it. I'm assuming the mint's closed, so. No, Lemon, so having done content and working with so many content, it's not that. It's consistency is a huge chunk of it. It's like 80% of it. But that other part for the chance to take off is the same as playing a meme coin that way too. And it does happen. You play for that moment where the right people catch on and it gets put in front of the right audience. And like, again, if you're consistent, you up your chances for that. But all the biggest shows out there have one of two things or both. They have very, very big influencers. Right, Lemon, you saw the work Thread Guy did, right? So Thread Guy, yes, you're exactly right. Thread Guy grinded and he tweeted a lot and he was on Spaces all the time. He actually put so much fucking work into that. We don't have that time to put in that work. And that kind of work has to happen from me, Henry, Joe, and none of us could do that any more work than we were doing. Because again, that meme coin analogy is probably perfect. You can do it, be consistent, and you can get lucky. And it's easier luck too when the market's hot, but you can take that chance that the right people see it. That's it. It's the grind, and it's also that network effect. Like, look, the other thing those guys have in common, or these other big shows, the hosts are very big personalities, and some of them got big by doing these steps, right? But you can put in the work. But again, all these other hosts, I don't care if it's the Nifty Show or the Rug Radio Show or what picture, any of those top shows, the guys who are really big, they trade well, and they're very rich, and people follow these shows, and they listen to the advice of these guys who are very rich, or at least say they're very rich. Trust me, I actually thought about this. Lying and saying I'm very rich. I've thought about that. because I'm like, that is something all the big shows have. They talk about how much they make. That's just how it works. So if you have a big following or you're an influencer or big money, your show does well. And it's like, what comes first? It's the chicken or the egg thing. But for sure, it was going to take a lot more time to get the show to that next level. And again, there was nowhere it could come from. We've had this conversation for the past 9 months. You know what I mean? Like me, Henry, Joe, we've laid out, here's what we got to do to get this show to that next level. Do what we're doing now, tighter, more active, chattier on X, and more than just chatty. We need to write threads. We need to get very engaged. We need to be reply guys. We need to get on Spaces. Do all that work. And it just wasn't a thing that could happen. Nobody had the time to give. And again, myself included. I was already doing 3-4 hours a day. So it's a fucking bummer. Again, that show had so much potential, man. Katz is saying it's only 26% minted. So they're probably going to close the mint soon. Oh, public. Do I go, let's see, Launchpad? Should it be under here? Yeah, because I don't know what site it's minting on. Maybe is it an OpenSea mint? Yeah, maybe it's over here. I wish. Dude, we'd even chatted early on, and the guys couldn't do this either, but like, I wanted to make the morning show and afternoon show like all one show. Like, here was the kind of the dream is, because I like my morning show, although I was willing to give it up. I said, if we can make the afternoon show a morning show, my morning show can go bye-bye. We go all in on the afternoon show, but make it a morning show, like this time. And I'm like, okay, or we bring them together and I do an hour of hitting the market, maybe 30 minutes, hit the market, do like headlines and that stuff. And then the guys come in and we do our hour, or however long on everything else. But, you know, again, it's just the time thing. I don't think anybody had that time of day didn't work, you know? Oh, ETH past mints. There we go. Why is it showing? Hang on, let's try again. So yeah, but again, I'm pretty fucking bummed about the afternoon show. And I'll say it again, I'm very excited about the new AI show, but that was not the plan. That actually is going to cut into a lot of my time I was going to put to the morning show. So I'm trying to figure out now where to get time for that. But the goal was a once a week Spaces with Confusion for like to do AI stuff. And then all that extra time from the afternoon show goes to this show. Gets this out there, gets me on more Spaces, gets me time to tweet. So I'm really trying to figure out where to get that from. Here we go. All right. Yep. So now it's closed. Let's see how it's doing on secondary. Man, Benny, we'll see. We'll see if we can get a Rich Huda, though, this cycle. I got there once when everybody did in 21, 22. But I'm telling you, dude, I've thought about that. It would not. I would have a hard time lying and saying I got this much and I did that. Like, I would have so much trouble. But I know it works. You know what I mean? It's like people just follow those guys. It's weird, but and I get why they do. You think if you're following a guy who's rich, they're making the right calls, or there's a little network effect. You following them means stuff trickles down or whatever. George, what did Henry say? I don't get it. Well, don't forget to make your rounds. Like just checking in on what? Henry's been streaming too, by the way, guys. He's been streaming on Abstract, which is awesome. I told him he should stream. Joe should stream. Said we should keep streaming too. It just needs to be like whenever we can. And I would love that. We do need to do even a check-in show too. Because we're not done. I don't think we're done. By the way, what's the point of these? They look cool. Okay, so just a reminder or a heads up, guys, I will be streaming this weekend. In fact, longer streams, right? The weekend streams usually go long. I think, dude, last weekend, Saturday, Sunday, were both like 4 or 5 hour streams. Probably the same tomorrow, right? Probably the same tomorrow. That's going to be on Abstract, same place, right? On X. On on YouTube, it's going to be on Inside NFTs. So if you guys are not subscribed over there, check that out. I'll be streaming again both days, usually long streams. So wherever you want to watch, Abstractor or there, I can't wait to see you there. What else? Lemon, tough to get an audience that'll check in daily. Yeah, for anything and everything. That's why clips matter a ton too, to be honest. Like, I've really wanted to push that as well. And we've got some more clips now. But I think, yeah, taking these shows and chopping them into 15 minutes, 30 minutes, it, like, serves a different audience. People who are not here for an hour show or, 4 hours, whatever it is, 15-minute clip. So it's like, all that time was supposed to go, and still to a degree will go to that. It's just get it in front of more people. It will work. It's people have been very nice, by the way. Like, people have reached out and they like the show, and I appreciate that. Like, to me, it's weird. I don't picture people would like this show. Just being honest. That's not, I don't even know where that comes from. Like, it's a little like just human nature, self-doubt. Me being like, I'm very critical of what I do, and I know this has so much work to do to make it better, to make it what I would consider good enough. But I hear a lot of people who say they really like it. I hear people who say it's their favorite show, and that first off blows me away. It's really fucking cool. But man, the time into this thing to make this better so more people might like it. More people might find it and say it's one of their favorite shows. That is the goal here now. And the clips are a part of that here, yeah. And dude, especially those 1 hour shows, without timestamps, it's even extra hard. Timestamps is a thing that, again, this extra time from getting rid of the afternoon show or putting it on pause. I don't want to say get rid of, but putting it on pause for now. Is to go back through the episode and rewatch them and make notes and see where we get better and where we should tighten up and what things to exclude. It's also to get timestamps on them so you can just jump to the topic you want and then move on, right? But for now, instead of that, clips, 10-minute clips, 15, even if it's 30, just to cut out half of the thing, like, right? That will keep happening. DeYank, you're awesome, man. Appreciate you. So there's a lot of work to do still. And now with this afternoon show, I'll find the right balance of putting time to that, not making it take as long as the old afternoon show, and then be able to do this show justice. It's been a year and a half. It's time to really start pushing on this thing in a different way. And hey, over on Abstract, dude, thank you very much. By the way, are you new from Abstract as far as watching this show? I'm always curious on the Abstract side because a lot of the wallets or profile names are anonymous. So I don't know if it's somebody that we already know or if it's somebody brand new over there. And Art Caffeine, I like your name a lot, by the way, and appreciate the comment. That's the thing. That's one thing I do believe, at least. If I don't think the show is good yet, and I know it's fine, right? But I know it's authentic. I know you're always getting my real thoughts. And I'm happy enough with that I'm always just at least keeping it real for you and sharing what I know. And it's a two-way street. We're always sharing that with each other. So that's my favorite thing about this. Okay, what do we got here? By the way, I might be live again later this morning. We got our morning team meeting, and then I think I might be back live, and especially if something cool comes up. Oh, dude, Lemon, how are you with AI in general? Are you pretty dialed in? Like, are you on top of the AI shit? Because we might need to chat. Lemon came on the show once and did some TA, and I think we got to do that again. We definitely got to do that again if Lemon's ever down. But I have another idea too, so we'll see. No, okay. Well, fine. The afternoon show though, okay. Founder of Crypto Slam, Randy, will be on that frequently. I mentioned Confusion will be on there, probably once a week. There are some other people, some of our investors at Crypto Slam, some others that are going to be on that show regularly too. That's going to be a different kind of show, and I'm really excited about it. Part of it's the time and format, that it'll be shorter, tighter, all that. But I'm looking to get some really, really splashy guests that are in that AI ecosystem. I'm already talking to some. They will come on. That afternoon show could be really cool. And again, as the AI stuff really ramps up, we'll see if we can push that bad boy too. So again, just a lot of cool shit coming. And I'm excited for it. And then I do need to get Joe and Henry on, and we need to do a fun stream. And it needs to be sort of often. And we all agreed when hot shit is happening, we're hopping on. So I still think you'll see plenty of us too. So should be cool. All right, guys, we'll wrap it here. I hope your day's excellent. I appreciate all you, by the way. Even just chatting through the stuff is fucking awesome. So thank you guys very, very much. If I'm not on later this morning, I will definitely see you tomorrow morning. That's at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Catch me on Inside NFTs on YouTube. Catch me over on the Abstract side. I'll tweet out a link there. But yeah, enjoy your day. Choina, have a great day, man. It's great to see all of you. Great hanging. We will see ya. Peace.